Alright, boys. I'm going to lay this on you all. You know, old Sharpshooter sort of innovative, I believe. You've heard of multi-frequency metal detectors? Well, how about a multi-frequency, multi-ID metal detector? How about that? I'm holding a DS2 with a 9-inch called version 200. I'm going to show you, I talked about this morning in my detector talk of the day video. So I'm going to give you an example here. I may show some more examples of what I'm talking about. Now the DS2 only has one ID meter, okay? I'll sweep this scenario. There's some fall under that plastic. It's a little breezy out here. That is a silver dime. We're in the fast program. Okay? So you see the meter that machine's got on it there, right? Okay, well I just swept that and I got a 32. You've seen that, right? See that? 31. That's what I got. Okay? So, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add some nuts to this machine. I'm going to notch this machine up to about 45. There's 0 to 45 notch. Okay, so now I'm out in the wild sweeping this detector. I've got the machine set to speed number 2. See that right there? Speed 2. I'll turn the audio response up to 5. So now I sweep this. See that meter right there? 75. Well, that's not an ID on that dime down there. Solo, is it? So I'm out in the side and I sweep this detector with that notch. There's 79, 75. All right, I'm going to come from the right to left. Don't even, 78 coming right to left. Sometimes. So I really don't know what that is down there, do I? But I've got this notch dialed in. So I really can't tell by looking at this machine, at this screen right here, when I sweep that, okay? I just get a signal. See what I'm saying? I get an ID. There's a 75, 76, about an inch over that foil. So yeah, I know I have the notch in the machine. The question is that a solo setting target down there that reads 75? Well, I don't know, do I? I don't know. But we know it's a silver dime. We're looking right at it. Now, so now I'm going in the machine, okay? And I'm going to take the notch back out of the machine. Alright? Now the notch is out of the machine and I sweep over this. Now that silver dime is still down there and I'm out in the wild and I sweep. Well, I've got a 32. How about that? You would never dig that signal right there expecting a silver dime to pop out of the ground with this machine. Anybody in their right mind would never expect it. Now, could it happen? Well, I guess. But for selective digging, okay? Now, who would expect that silver dime to pop out of the ground there with a 75 ID? So here's what I'm talking about. Now, we get this number here. See that number there? We get that with a foil up there and the dime with no notch. But when I add notch to this machine, okay, we'll go back in here and we'll put about 40 notch back in it. Because that'll get rid of that fall. There's 41. That's close enough. So now I sweep back over that again. Okay, there's a 79, 76. So I don't know what I've got down there. Wonder if I had an ID in this screen somewhere. And it could be an option if you wanted to use it or not. Meaning I could activate it. A non-notch ID. And what that would do is when I sweep this target right here, that meter would report a 76, and my non-notch ID would be reporting about a 32. Well, that would tell old Sharpshooter, uh-oh, that 76 reporting on that target right there is probably in error. That's not the true ID of the 76 reading target. I've got a 32 for the non-notch ID, and I've got a 76 for the notch ID. So I know that all chances are this coil is over 2 non-ferrous targets. There's a good chance. See, I don't know that if I sweep this. See there? When I get that 76, 75 in that meter, I don't know if there's 2 targets down there or not. All I know is there's one scenario the detector's reported as a 75, 6, or 7. But if I had another little part on this screen that I could watch, and I seen that non-notch ID, now remember, this would be based on how the detector's currently set up. That number could change depending on the speed setting on this detector. Oh, and the mode used, by the way, and the frequency used, okay? So yeah, it'd be nice if I swept that target, I got that 75, and I could look in here and see this non-notch ID, which is a 32. Would I dig that target in the wild if I seen that? I probably would. I would suspect high conductor. Now this is going to vary, you know, depending on the size of the foil, the actual coin, okay? This could even help you as a gold ring hunter. See, if I put a gold ring down there, you're going to see the same thing. It's going to affect gold rings, meaning you may get a signal and you may not dig it. But the non-notch ID may flag up a 32 in the window, and you're like, wait a minute. So that ring down there may have higher conductivity than what's reflecting in the meter on sweeps. Okay? A multi-frequency, multi-ID detector. That would make this machine right here even better, boys. Now, you wouldn't depend on it all the time, dependent, okay? But very, very useful. I may try to show one more example. All right, boys, I'm going to show you another example here where this multi-frequency, multi-ID, if it was on this machine, how it could help you. Wonder which company will be the first one to do this. We're going to noise cancel this machine. I might have an airplane in the area. Okay. See that nail there in that gold ring? So you're out in the damn sports field, you're searching around or whatever, alright? Now I've got this machine currently set up 6.8 discs. I've notched 0 to 4, silencers 1. Okay? A lot of your nails, especially in areas that don't have a lot of nails, you probably ain't going to see many nails read over 4. With this setup I'm using, okay? So I'm going to sweep over this. Hear that? See that meter right there? It's showing a 5. See that? So let's say the primary meter shows a 5. Okay? Now, all I'm going to do is take the notch out of the machine. Now, it's going to sound funny because I'm running 5 tones on this machine. Okay? Actually, I will actually change tones because all we're going to look at is the ID anyway, okay? So the notch is off and I'm going to pitch tones. Okay? There's noise cancel to give. So we got signal on that gold ring right there. We didn't get signal on that nail when I swept it, folks. Okay, now you seen the meter read a 5. Now I've got pitch tone selected, and I'm going to sweep over this at the same speed. See that? Watch that meter. See what that meter's doing? So if I had that other meter in this machine, I could watch that. That would be considered a no-notch ID right here. See this? When I move that coil, see that? If I could see that, I would be suspecting, uh-oh, nail. That's not a solo setting target down there, reading 5. Like I got earlier, sweeping that, okay? See, I'm going to let you watch again. See, we're getting all iron tone. We would never dig that target. But we get the ID behavior, okay? Okay, now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add the notch back. Okay? And I'm going to change the tones to 5 tones because that's how I've got the first bend down there set up. Okay, so I sweep over this now. I get that 5 in the meters. So in the wild, I see that 5, and if this thing had that other little meter on it called the non-notch meter, well, when I would move this coil back and forth, I would watch that meter showing a 5, the other meter would be fluctuating between 3, 4, and 5. Well, you know what that means on this machine, right? High chance there's probably there's some kind of iron down there. Okay? Now, I'll even remove the gold ring here. You all heard me hit that gold ring. Okay, now I'm going to sweep this detector. You don't hear anything, do you? There's nothing in that meter. Because I've got that nail notched, okay? Now, if I had a non-notched ID window, I could see that right now even, but I can't see it. See there? I'm blind. Now, there's no gold ring down there now, just that nail, okay? So if I go back in here, take the notch out of the machine, this is what that little meter would show. See that? See what it's reading? It's reading a 3. Okay? This would be very helpful on this detector. I could make more educated guesses on targets, ideas, if they are solo setting or not, or if their ID is compromised, like I showed on that silver dime. Okay? I'll do one more example. Okay, last example here. I got a zinc penny. Alright, there's that foil above it. Alright, so you're out sweeping around in the wild. I'm in deep high conductor program using a 14 kilohertz max. Okay, I'm in speed 2. I'll turn audio response up. I think it's still in 2 tones. That's unimportant. Because while we're watching this, this is all talk about the meters on this machine. Okay? Okay, so I'm in, like I said, deep high conductor. The disc notches off. Okay? So there's no notch in this machine. So I'm sweeping. See what that machine does? Even though that foil is up there, okay? See that meter? Okay, so if I'm out in the wild running this machine, and I've got notch, let's say I've got the notch in this machine dialed up to 80. We'll just say 80. Okay? Now you done got to see what the meter behavior is in this machine with no notch. Now I've got the 80 notch in the machine and I sweep. See that meter? So if I looked at that meter and we had the non-notch meter and they were behaving the same, which is sort of what happened here. Okay? We got same meter behavior irregardless if we had any notch in that machine. Well, what would that tell me as a DS2 user? That is not a silver coin. Odds are that is a damn zinkin. If I had to bet the farm, that's what I would say. It's not a silver coin, and all, you know, laying the odds, doing select digging. But again, I'm out in the wild with this machine with no notch, and I hit that right there. And I see that come in the meter. That could be a silver coin. Alright? That 86 could be a silver coin, and if I put a bigger piece of foil up there, it would drive the ID of a silver coin down to 86 perhaps. Okay? But if it did that, and I had this no-notch ID on this machine, you know what we would probably start seeing? We would see the ID fluctuate. Okay? As I come across it, I could watch that meter and see the 86 or 7. Okay? I could watch the other meter, and it would start reporting lower. They wouldn't behave the same. So what that would suggest to me, oh, there's masking that's having negative effects on that target. Hence, ID in error. Hence, the number 86 is not the true reading of that coin. It could be a higher reading coin. But the way this machine is currently set up, I'm sweeping in the blind. See there? See what I get when that coal's about 1 inch over that fall? I don't know if there's 2 targets down there or not. If you had this other meter on this machine, at least it would give me some indications of what the negative effects of the masking are taking place. Okay? Now you'd have to get some experience with the machine. But I got news for you. If they put this thing on this machine tomorrow, Sharpshooter would I'd be hitting the ground running with it, because I know how this machine behaves. The only problem is I've got to go changing frequencies and changing speeds to see it. You see what I mean? This way I would have, right at a glance, I could tell a whole lot, you know, laying odds on digging a target or not. Multi-frequency, multi-ID. I think that would be a grand thing to have on this fine instrument right here, folks. Trust me. I hope you enjoyed the video.